back to another Poke Nation. Jim Gazelle, Heath Schwer, basketball, football, women on the road at UT. You got everything going on this week.
Oof, it's a lot. It's a busy week.
Okay, let's start with the football.
Okay.
Thomas Miles is our guest, a senior who's graduating. Started as a walk-on.
I know, it's a
got
great
all
story.
the ways to a senior.
Yep.
Great story. His journey kind of almost mirrors the school's journey from starting as a walk-on, school just being rebuilt when he got here, to now. With this senior class, this is the first senior class you're going to kind of see graduate from football that actually has numbers in it. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. I mean, you're going to meet him, or Poke Nation's going to meet this kid, here in a little bit after this segment. But he's just a special kid. It's great to actually see someone that's been here 4 years.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that.
A strange thing.
In today's world, it's very, very rare. But it's senior day is always special because it's the last time these guys are ever going to most of them ever play football again, and it's for sure the last time they're going to play here.
Yeah, and a chance for the school to go to 7-5, first winning season since 2019, first one since post Hurricanes. It's post Hurricane, post COVID, post academic probation.
Yeah.
So this is a big step. Yeah. Postseason ban. This is a big step. It would be a big step to finish out.
It would be a huge step, in the process here for sure. We hopefully we can pull this out. We need to be, we need to have a winning record. We fund this program very, very well, especially compared to the rest of the league. So, we're hopefully we can come out and take care of business against Lamar.
All right, let's talk about the basketball Monday night.
Yeah,
that was last night here as we tape on Tuesday. North Texas, a real basketball team.
Ooh, really
a grown man team, I would say. Just coming off with beating Minnesota, holding Minnesota at 18 points in the first half.
Yep.
A defensive struggle for sure, but a completely different type of game than we've seen in here in a long time.
Yeah.
Winning that game, instead of going to 1-3, to go to 2-2 with the schedule you got ahead of you, huge game.
It was a huge game, especially not having, our starting point guard, Allen Breed.
Not knowing about it for a day before, too.
That's right. And I just kudos to coach and his staff. I mean, they had them ready to play. We play so hard.
Yeah.
And, North Texas, I kept telling everyone, and as Coach was saying, they're really good. I mean, they won the NIT a couple years ago, a perennial NCAA tournament team, a team out of the American Conference. To get them to come here, we had over 3,500 people on a Monday night.
Yeah.
It was a great atmosphere and huge win for the program. And it's a top, we beat a top 40 net. That's going to be a quad 1, quad 2 win.
A high quad 2 or a low quad 1.
100% at the end of the year. So it was a huge game.
You have 2 games that have potentially already been quad 1s and a quad 2.
Yeah, I know.
So that's a completely different schedule from a year ago.
For sure. And, and that's the thing, Coach and I were talking about, too. We were 30-4 last year. Now, we could have a better team and not have as good of a record.
You will, yeah.
Just because, we're just playing. You look at the Virgin Islands, which we go to next week, and the teams that are there, they're real teams.
Oh, yeah.
And they're really good. They're perennial basketball teams. So I love the fact that Coach has challenged this group, and it's helping put, McNeese on the map. And that, listen, I've spoke about it here a million times, but the athletic department is the branding arm of this university. And, for basketball, went to the NCAA tournament, all the, hoopla that came with it, it helped brand the university. And our enrollment for the first time ever not ever, but the first time in 10 years is up.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that has to do with, 2 things. One, the energy that Dr. Roos has brought. And 2, I think, basketball, the branding of basketball. And, when you beat Michigan and do the things that we've done in basketball, it really helps. And that's why, again, hopefully we can win on Saturday, because that's another big piece of branding to help the university grow.
Well, the big thing to me last night is it's a Monday night.
Yeah.
Football season is still here. Nobody's really in the basketball swing yet,
right,
especially down here. You've got an NFL Monday night Dallas Cowboys game, which they're not very good, but they get a lot of attention.
100%.
Playing Houston, which is a fairly local team.
100%.
And you get 3,500 people here on a whiteout night.
I know. It was awesome. It's
and you wear a black jacket.
well, to see where the program is, it's just, what Coach has done here. I've said it, 100 times. I mean, you just can't put a price tag on what Coach has meant to this community, this athletic department, and obviously the program. Our kids play extremely hard. They play for him, and it's just great. It's great to see. I mean, looking at it with 30 seconds left, like, hey, we're going to win this game, and looking around on a Monday night, like, and we're just, we're beating a top 40 team from the American.
And the intensity in the crowd was good.
Absolutely.
It took a while for them to get going.
They're starting to learn how to cheer for basketball.
Exactly. It's a little different. They didn't really understand it. It seemed like and understand the game, but they got into it at the end down the stretch.
That's right, 100%. And
especially the students.
Our fans were great. Our students were phenomenal, and and we're just going to continue to grow and get bigger and better, and that's what's really exciting.
When we come back, we're going to talk to Thomas Miles, safety on the McNeese football team, a senior former walk-on who earned a scholarship and will be graduating on Saturday night, on senior night. When we come back on Polk Nation.
Whether it's an injury case, a property case, or a business dispute, our lawyers are at the top of their game. Ask anyone who knows us. At Veron Bice, we don't enter popularity contests. The only ratings we care about are the verdicts we've obtained for our clients. Ask anyone who knows us.
Ever since I was young, I've known what I wanted to do. Sure, I had some guidance along the way. Thanks, Mom and Dad. But eventually, I had all I wanted. Family, career. It went by fast. Now I'm here. Retirement. And thanks to sound financial planning, it will be all I hoped for. And our children will have a secure legacy. For me, retirement is the next great chapter in my life.
Ferdinandson Financial Group. Let us help you make a plan.
Welcome to Nogales Mexican Cuisine and Bar, where every dish is crafted with fresh ingredients bursting with flavor. Make your date night unforgettable with our authentic Mexican dishes in a cozy and unique setting. Experience our warm and welcoming staff dedicated to ensuring your dining experience is nothing short of exceptional. Unwind at our bar with weekly drink specials perfect for any occasion. Nogales Mexican Cuisine and Bar, where great food, people, and drinks come together.
The Cowboys are going to do some really big things. Really big.
McNeese athletes bring big energy, big plays, and big spirit to every game. That's why Lakeside is proud to be such a huge fan. We're a hometown team too, in the business of backing big dreams across our community every day. And we always bank on big wins with McNeese Sports. Go big with Lakeside and McNeese.
New to Lake Charles, but not Louisiana, Mockler Beverage has been a leading Anheuser-Busch distributor for over 35 years. Known for an unwavering commitment to quality and service, we're excited to bring our excellence to Southwest Louisiana. Our exceptional portfolio of brands ensures we have the perfect beverage for every taste and occasion. Experience the Mockler difference, where every sip tells a story of excellence and satisfaction. Mockler Beverage, we serve Southwest Louisiana. For more information or to join the team, go to mocklerbeverage.com.
Welcome back to Polk Nation. It is a pleasure to have senior football player Thomas Miles. What's going on, man? How are you?
Good. Thank you for bringing me here.
For sure. Now listen, this guy over here, he's trying to dress like me. Okay?
I had to do that.
But hey, welcome. And 4 years goes pretty quick, huh?
Go by fast.
Yeah. So let's obviously Polk Nation knows who you are. You've been here 4 years, and in today's world, that's very rare. That guys come into a program for 4 years. So talk about when you first got here, what was that like? Tell Polk Nation where you're from and all that.
I'm from Alexandria, Louisiana. It's hour and 45 from here. Mm-hmm. And when I first got here, I ain't know nobody. So, I was it's close to home, but I still ain't had no friends and nothing.
Sure.
I was a walk-on, so it was kind of tough. But I had some great people around me, and they told me to keep going. So I just, I stayed. I met Coach Goffman came in. They treated me like family,
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So let's get into the going from walk-on to scholarship. What was it like to get the scholarship, and what does it mean to you to get one, and when did you realize you had a chance at it?
I mean, to get it was a dream come true. I was excited, and when I realized I can get it, and I caught my first pick, it was in 2022 against Southeastern at home, and I caught my first pick, and I was like, it can come true. And when I finally got it, I was happy. The first thing I did, I called my mama, and she was just, excited. I ain't never think this day would come. I was happy.
I'm sure they were happy too.
Yeah, I was happy.
So when the difference between being a walk-on and scholarship, how much confidence does that give you, and how much kind of a say do you have in the room then?
I mean, it's a big confidence booster. I felt like I was something, I mean, being a walk-on, you still are something. But, when you're on scholarship, I'm getting school paid for, so it felt like the team really need me now. Like, I mean something to the program. So, I felt good, like I had a voice now, Yeah.
So when you so let's talk about the first week you get on campus, right? Because I remember the first week when I went to school many, many, many years ago.
Is that a junior college?
I'm sorry?
Is that a junior college?
No. Okay. No. But anyway, the first time you get on college campus, what was it like?
My eyes was big. I was just looking around like so many people, so many women, and just it was a lot going on. This the first time where your mama don't wake you up and be like, go to class. You got to figure out the campus. You got to know your own skills. You got to get to class by yourself. So I was just and then you had to manage football. So it was a lot, time management a lot. But once you get used to it, it's good.
So, okay, so you've been here 4 years. You can't say Cane's, okay? What's your favorite restaurant in town?
Maplewood.
Maplewood Burger?
Yeah, Maplewood. I love Maplewood.
What's your favorite burger at Maplewood?
The stuffed brisket burger.
Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. Have you ever had that, Jim?
No. I'm a generic guy. One burger.
I'm telling you, Maplewood's good.
Every week you're a food guy. You're like
I am a foodie. I'm a foodie.
All right, let's get a little bit back to football a little bit more. 4 years ago, this was a completely different school, completely different program. Just off the Hurricanes, a lot of things had to be rebuilt. What brought you here to begin with, and what have you seen as the changes since?
What brought me here was Coach Frank, and I had a cousin, Kevin Dorn. He played here in, I believe, 2015, and so he was familiar with it, and he told me it was a good place to go. It was close to home, and I like McNeese. I knew about McNeese, so that brought me here. And the difference now is it feels more like a family than ever. I'm so close to these people on this team, and I actually feel like I belong here. I love the dudes on the team.
Now this is a different defense than it was a year ago. Brought in a lot of people, but you stayed, and not everybody that came in you had to beat out again. Was it almost like new competition every year? And how much did that competition change the whole dynamic of the defense?
I mean, we brought in some dogs, so it was the best players going to play, but it also made everybody else better. Iron sharpens iron, so it was a battle every day of practice. You had to be the best you, so the coaches can see, he deserved to play, because, like you said, it was a new defense, so we weren't comfortable with it yet, so everybody was adjusting, so everybody had to be their best self.
Well, let me ask you this. So what, besides the talent on the defensive side of the ball, what's the biggest difference? Because really, when you look at it statistically, we've won 6 games this year, and defensively is where we've made the most strides, and defensively has kept us in games. What changed with the scheme this year versus last year?
This year we play more of a man. And also, I believe the biggest thing is we brought into what the coaches were saying. We got used to Coach Goff. We got used to Coach Peck, so we brought into what they were saying, and we trusted them. And now, we go out there we going to execute, this going to work, and nobody going to outplay us. Yeah.
Did you guys all talk about, you said you knew about McNeese beforehand. Obviously, there's a reputation there. How important is it as you leave Saturday with the last game of your career? How important is it to kind of have reestablished that legacy and kind of see it coming back?
I mean, that's very important. That's one of my biggest goals, to leave here and be like, I left something that the younger players can build upon. Because, McNeese known as DWA defense, so bringing that back was a big goal for me.
Thomas Miles is our guest. When we come back, we're going to talk about the run their defense is on. 126 minutes and 2 seconds without getting up a touchdown. We'll be back after this on Poke Nation.
Whether it's an injury case, a property case, or a business dispute, our lawyers are at the top of their game. Ask anyone who knows us. At Veron Bice, we don't enter popularity contests. The only ratings we care about are the verdicts we've obtained for our clients. Ask anyone who knows us.
Ever since I was young, I've known what I wanted to do. Sure, I had some guidance along the way. Thanks, Mom and Dad. But eventually, I had all I wanted. Family, career. It went by fast. Now I'm here. Retirement. And thanks to sound financial planning, it will be all I hoped for. And our children will have a secure legacy. For me, retirement is the next great chapter in my life.
Ferdinandson Financial Group. Let us help you make a plan.
We're back with senior defensive back Thomas Miles, who will graduate this year on Saturday night. Will be senior night. You'll be honored as a senior. A couple of years. It's been a long time since we had a real senior class, actually, to even go out there with on there. I want to ask you this about the defense. You guys have kind of gotten a little swagger back into this. It's been 2 games without a touchdown. We saw how much that meant to Micah Davey last week when he dove in the last play and got hurt, but saved the touchdown. You ended up holding them out. How important is that to you guys now not to give up a touchdown, and how much pride does that mean?
I mean, that's very important. Like, what game that was? The Texas A&M Commerce game at halftime. We didn't give up a touchdown, and at halftime, the DC, Coach Peck told us at halftime, he said, y'all got me messed up if y'all think we're going to come out here and be complacent. So it's a standard, you know. Our goal is to not let nobody get nothing. And, I mean, if offense make a mistake, we got a goal. It's called sudden change, win the sudden change. Offense turn the ball over. Our goal is to not give up no points. So, you know, it's a standard. It's very important that we go out there. And I believe if we play to the best of our ability, we don't give up no points. Like, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this. It's been really impressive, and obviously Jim has the stats, but watching the transformation of that side of the ball this year and getting better and better is a tribute to you and the players. Talk about this. So when you go, talk about your week of preparation. So obviously we have a Lamar this week. Okay, came off a win. So what happens on Sunday? What happens on Monday, Tuesday? Like, talk about the week of preparation. What does that look like for a player?
Sunday we off, but Monday we come in. We introduce a new team. We get the scouting report. The coaches give us the game plan. We lift weights. And Tuesday, practice, you know, we do first down and red zone. Wednesdays is third down. Thursdays is the whole, it's like we call it play it. We do first, second, third, red zone. So it's like that, and people don't realize that preparing for a game, just one game, just a 60-minute game, it's hours. Like, it go in hours. We do hours of the week, and we watch so much film. Every day, the coach give us a cut up of the film that he wants us to watch, and that's about 20 minutes, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of film and the coaches, we talked a little bit off air, but you're thinking about going into coaching.
Yeah.
And starting as a GA. So talk about, when did you start thinking about, you know what, this has been great, I kind of want to stay in this field and you know, be in the coaching. When did that start?
It started this year when Coach Brown came in, my position coach. I love Coach Brown. You know, he taught me a lot, and I actually feel like I know a lot about football now. Like, I feel like I'm a smart football player, so I believe that'll translate into coaching. And, you know, I love to be a J under these coaches, so that was my motivation.
Well, you know, coaches, I mean, that's the other thing I think people, you know, adding him to the staff, I think brought a lot to it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
yeah, it did.
What's the biggest thing? You said, like, that's a position coach, but, like, what's the biggest thing you've learned from him?
I mean, he taught me a lot. I feel like he really, like, brought the football out of me. Like, he taught me a lot as a football player. And we been around him so much. He like a dad to me. Like, that's like a father figure. We been around him so much, and he teaches so much, and he's a great role model.
Coming off the last few years where there's been struggles here, what would it mean to you as a senior to finish not only with 3 straight wins, but with the first winning season since 2019 here? Do you guys talk about that, and what would it mean?
Yeah, we emphasized that in the team meeting Monday. We emphasized that this is going to be, you know, the first winning season in a couple of years. So that's our motivation going into Saturday. And of course, you know, we playing for the border trophy, so that's our motivation. Finish the year, you know, on a positive record, you know.
The border trophy, what does that mean to win a rivalry? I mean, you grew up probably playing some of those kids over there. They're close to you, not even an hour and 10 minutes away. What does it mean to have that kind of rivalry?
I mean, you know, that's bragging rights. You know we got to win there. That's the goal. We want to win. That's bragging rights. It mean a lot to us.
You know, I want to kind of get into this too because Polk Nation and our fans are really special. Mm-hmm. You go to a lot of, I mean, obviously you played everywhere in the league.
Yeah.
And I've been to every place in the league. Our game day atmosphere and our crowd, there's no comparison, right? So what is it like, do you guys ever talk about, you know, going into this last game, like how special it is, like, and how special is it for you guys and you to come out that tunnel and in the hole at 7 o'clock at night and seeing the crowd that's there?
Man, that's a lot. Like every game, home game, we said we don't lose at home, and a lot of that got to do with the crowd. Because, you know, we go out there and, like you say, we got the best fans in the South, and so, you know, the game just be so energetic, and that feeds into the players. Like when you make a play and everybody cheering, the fans go crazy, that like, it give you a booster like that. I love these fans. We got the best fans in the South, and they're like, every home game we know we got the fans behind us. We're not going to lose, you know.
Talk about the journey between playing afternoons with no lights, what you had to go through, now all of a sudden, how emotional is it going to be out there back at night, seeing the stadium kind of come to life again? What is that going to mean, and how much are you going to take pride in the fact that you had such a big part in it?
I take a lot of pride in it. I mean, because when Coach Frank was here, we played at, I believe, 12 o'clock games.
Yeah, 12 o'clock.
It used to be
100
hot,
degrees,
hot
105 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
Real hot out there. So now, you know, it's cool. It feel good. It feel like a football atmosphere. Then, you know, we got the lights, press box coming along, the fans and all the lights. It feel real like a real college atmosphere. I love it.
Thomas Miles has been our guest on Polk Nation. His final game, Saturday night, inside Cowboy Stadium. It's senior night, Lamar, 7 o'clock kickoff. Big moment for everybody here. Chance to go to above 500 for the first time since 2019. We'll be back with Coach's final thoughts after this.
The Cowboys are going to do some really big things. Really big.
McNeese athletes bring big energy, big plays, and big spirit to every game. That's why Lakeside is proud to be such a huge fan. We're a hometown team too, in the business of backing big dreams across our community every day. And we always bank on big wins with McNeese Sports. Go big with Lakeside and McNeese.
Hey, Lake Charles, Russ Silver is your Eye on the Lake guy here at Legacy Center on McNeese campus, and you're watching CBS Lake Charles.
That's one of the success stories you have in college sports.
It was awesome. I mean,
what
a great kid. You know, is going to get a degree, wants to go into coaching. You know, there's a lot. College athletics has changed a lot. You know, with NIL and a portal and all that. But the great thing is that football was able to be the catalyst for this kid to get a degree, to go into coaching. You know, and which it changes generations.
And it may change somebody else's life.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the part, like, you know, when people say, well, why is athletics important, et cetera, and to give to athletics, it's because really you're changing lives, and it's really, it's very humbling to hear that.
So are you here this weekend, or are you going to go to the Virgin Islands?
No, I'm here, for sure. I'm here.
Oh, I thought you
absolutely.
Thought you
it's our last football game.
The international traveler, though. I thought you'd probably hang out on the island or something.
No. If it was a week later, I would for sure be there. But, you know, home football game, Lamar, border war, you know, no way I'm missing that.
Okay, so the Paradise Jam getting in it, obviously you're going to be on ESPN a lot more attention. Football getting a lot of attention. I want to ask you about the final week, though. You got your final concert coming up as your promoter.
Yes, really, really excited. The Party Hounds are here.
What's the Party Hounds?
Okay, it's a band and out of Texas. I saw them in Austin about a year ago, and I'm like, they were awesome. Like, they were an unbelievable party band. And went to them and just said, hey, you know, would you guys mind? Like, we have these block parties, et cetera, et cetera. And they're like, yeah, and hand me the card. And I followed up and booked them. And they are great. I mean, look, we have a lot of great bands here in Southwest Louisiana. And I mean, the Party Hounds are going to be a great time, and you know, they'll rival all the party bands here that we've had before. It'll be a great time if you. And again, 6 o'clock, gates open, BYOB, food trucks, unbelievable atmosphere, family friendly. It's going to be a great
And it really
time.
starts the tailgate weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, really, it's, you know, I've had athletic directors from other schools come in early just to see what we're doing because they're like, man, this is really cool. So, you know, everyone thought I was crazy a few years ago when we started this.
People
now,
still think you're crazy.
Yeah, but now it's become a staple in Southwest Louisiana, and it's awesome.
And hopefully, I know it's going to be colder this weekend.
It'd be great.
But ever thought about moving the games late in the year to afternoons?
To be honest with you, yes. We've actually had that discussion, and especially late in the year. You know, like when you get into late October, early November, we have talked about that.
Because some people do it in the league, some people don't.
Yeah.
Why'd you go to 6 o'clock for the men's games in basketball?
You know, a lot of it had to do with just some of the feedback we got last year from some of our, you know, fans, donors, et cetera, that during the week, you know, it's hard on a Monday night if you have kids. Mm-hmm. If it's a 7 o'clock game, goes till 9, you're not getting home till 9:30. By the time you put the kid, I mean, it's just a long night for weeknights. So we talked about just let's move up, you know, the Monday night games to 6 o'clock. Allows that extra hour, I think, really helps the young families. And, you know, you can still leave work, you know, grab something to eat or grab the family, whatever, still get here by 6, but you're not home so late.
Hey, you might want to consider throwing in a meal for the press, by the way, when you do that at 6 o'clock. Today. You know, I'm used to eating about 5:30.
Okay. Well,
just
for sure. Well,
but,
but you know, hey, you know what? You wouldn't believe the emails I get. So I'll just add that one too. Not the email, but I'll add that to it. Yes,
that's all that matters. I just want my voice to be heard. You hear other voices.
100%.
So this weekend, the last football one.
Yeah.
Next year you have 6 games at home.
Yes.
Instead of 5. Obviously, this is a weird year because you had only 5 home games in a 7-game season. You have 6 next year. As you look ahead, what would you like to do differently next year for football? Is there anything you've thought about adding or?
There's some things from the marketing department that we've kind of talked about throughout the year, and you know, we have meetings, you know, we call them, you know, 360 meetings, and you know, we from marketing standpoint, and with football, we you know, bi-weekly throughout the year. But at the end of the year, we sit down and say, okay, what was good, what wasn't, how do we grow, how do we get better? So there's some things I don't want to,
I'm just
tip my hat, but 100% after every single season, every single year, I always sit down with each head coach and you know, let's go through the year, where we're at, where, you know, what was our goal, did we meet it, why not, et cetera. But also for football and basketball in particular, how do we continue to, you know, drive,
advance the product?
That's right, and to drive people to come where, you know, obviously it's just not a game. How do we continue to promote that, whether it's be music, et cetera? And I think we've done that. And our game days, compared to the people we play in this league, are not even close.
I want to ask you because now we have the Schwer scoreboard up now, going fully. It's not completely done yet. I guess there's a bottom
There's
part
a bottom
that's
that just came in. It's supposed to be up. We're supposed to put it in today.
So, and that you're going to probably market and sell or something. I know you'll do something
Might put
with
the big Jim Gazzola, you know.
Yeah, we don't want to see that. But
for enough money, I can put it up there.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of money, I don't think. But get any feedback from that?
It's, yeah, I mean, everyone loves it. It just really enhances the game day atmosphere, changes the building. And honestly, a huge thank you to Senator Abraham and Senator Stein for helping get this done. Without their support, it wouldn't have happened.
There you go. Always changing around here. Football, final game of the year. Women's basketball will also be back. Utah Tech, big game for them. Mid-major game. We'll get to see really kind of a look at what they look like. That's Saturday at 1 p.m. Then the football game's at 7 p.m. Long day on Monday.
Long day. Long weekend. It's a long weekend. Absolutely.
Paradise Jam all weekend also starts at 2 p.m. local time on ESPN Plus, I think. Is it?
Yes.
ESPN Plus against Illinois State. Good basketball team, Illinois State.
Really good state.
We'll see you next week on Poke Nation.